Hi, Erica. Finally, how are you
Hello.
doing?
Finally, good afternoon. I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. Mhm.
Yeah, so
Good
it's
to
so good
see
to
you.
have you actually. Let me share the link with you on WhatsApp so that you can share it quickly with your people before we start.
All right.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
you have to speak a little bit louder because it's not so clear now.
Okay. Can you hear me now? I think I should
Yes,
go.
yes.
Okay, I've seen you. I think I need to shout very well.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
All right. So how are you doing? How have you been? How
I'm
is life
good.
after school? How is
Ah.
life treating you? Even though you're
Whew.
still
Life after
fresh, or at
school.
least
Oh.
you have been. You said
I said I'm still in school. I'm still.
okay,
I'm
but at
just doing
least
the like final stage.
the final stage. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Congratulations, congratulations. Because lucky, you are done. You are
Yes.
done
Yeah. I'm
already.
done. I'm done.
You are done from Nigeria stress, school stress.
Like it feels like school is like part of the main Nigeria stress.
I tell you, like it's the
Yeah.
main. We should not lie. We should not lie to ourselves. It is the main stress because forget about every other thing that people say. Even we youth, we go through a lot. It's not only adults. We youth go through a lot,
Not only adults,
but
though. I feel like we even
it's
feel
not
it
only
more
adults.
because this is the stage we are trying to figure our life out. Our parents, they already have like their life figured out a bit. There's this routine, there's this setting already. But we are trying to hands on everything and anything. It's harder on us, whether they want to accept it or not, but it's harder on us.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, let's just go into our questions. Or before then, let me give you the floor to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. I know many people would have read, the captions, that have read the description of this video, but then let us hear from your mouth. Like, who are you? What is your name? What do you do?
Okay, so my name is Erica Aboloko, popularly known. A lot of people already know me more as Erica Queenie. I am an event host, a graduate of Human Anatomy, Ambosali University, Ekoma, Edo State. There are so many parts to me. There are so many parts. I'm an event host. I'm a realtor. I'm an entrepreneur. I run a call and a voiceover and a gifting service. I host red carpets. I host shows. I'm a writer. I'm an author. I'm a freelance writer, and everything that's still to come. There's so much. There's a lot. Really. What else? What else again do I do? Uh, that's basically it.
Wow, that's a whole lot. Like, you're doing a whole lot of things. And how is it even so easy for you to define what you do? Like, don't you get tired of saying I'm this, I'm that, I do this, do that? Like when people ask you, do you just say all these things at a go?
It depends on where you're meeting me. It depends on which one I want you to know me as. uh
Mm,
Most times I'll just tell you everything. I'm America Queenie and there's a lot of sides to me. Then what and what I'll
okay,
now
yeah.
tell you this is one. It's just this.
Okay, so you're using earpod, right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's why it's kind of sounding so low. Maybe that's why it's sounding low,
Oh,
but
I will even hear you say if I don't
okay.
use the airpod. I think I have to shout. No worry, when better start reading the questions.
Okay,
I'm any
you just have to
shy.
raise your voice for it. Okay, okay, thank you. All right, so
So
now that we've known our speaker for today, let's ask some questions. So we have some drafted questions already, and we'll be asking our speakers. But then the questions are, let me see, they were picked from different things that we might want to ask, you might want to ask as an undergraduate. So those questions, we thought for you, so we had to put everything you might ask or want to know in questions. And so yesterday we started with Joseph, giving his own answer and everything. And now Erica is about to share our own story, or give us our own insight concerning all these questions. So I know for a fact that as we begin these questions, as she begins to answer these questions, you are definitely going to, get answers from them. They are not strange to us, right? They are questions that every undergraduate asks. Like, there are questions that every undergraduate asks, even if they don't reach out to somebody, they ask it in their heart. Because if even looking at these questions, there are questions that I had once asked myself, like I had once asked myself. So I know that as she begins to speak now, you're going to receive answers. So don't just think that it's one regular thing, one thing I've heard before. You might have heard it before, but the way she's going to speak, it might just come in a different way that will just have a meaning to you, and you begin to take steps. So once again, I'm going to welcome Erika. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So now the first question says that, what were you like before you gained admission? What were you like?
Ah, what was I like? It was just this very young, confused teenager that just didn't know. I just in secondary school, did not know what exactly she was going to university to do. So basically, I was living a triangle life, a stereotype life. I've not tried my hands out on anything. Just go to school, go to church, go to this, go to that. Just like this. My life was just basically well planned. So before I entered university, I jammed did not jam me. I wrote jam once, wrote life once, and I got admission ASAP. So there was no really time for me to like work for someone. Actually learned a skill, but it was not like skill like that. There was no time. So my life was just basically a stereotyped life, a boxed life. Let me use that word, a boxed and a stereotyped life. That was it for me before I entered school.
Wow. So you were just like there, like
I was
all
just
this
there.
thing you are
Oh.
doing, you never thought about it before, like it never crossed your mind at all.
Funny how I started before entering school, but it did not just resonate with me that it's something that I could do. Like I was just doing it for fun. I knew that I loved to talk, so I was just looking for opportunities to talk. I would talk in church. I would volunteer for programs. I would to me it was nothing like I've gotten admission. Let me just go to school, graduate, get good grades. Even though I not promised anybody first class. I didn't promise anybody first class, but that was just it. I'm done with secondary school. Let me just enter university. 4 years, I'm done, and that's it. There was nothing. I didn't plan that when I get to school, I would do something extra. So there was nothing like that
um
for me.
yeah, thinking about it, when you said the fact that you already started but you did not know that it was anything about, like you did not know that it was really something, like something good or something about purpose or anything, then I remembered myself also when I started writing. I thought about the fact that I remembered when I was in secondary school that I loved
Yeah.
new notes. I still love new notes till now. Whenever I see new notes, the only thing that comes to my mind is to write. Like whenever I see
Wow.
empty notes, the only thing that comes to my mind is to write. And ever since I've been in secondary school, then when I was boarding house, they'll give us 15 higher education. So whenever I see that book, it's just to write. So I had one higher education that I was just writing nonsense, like love stories, love poem, love notes. Like I was just writing. Like my hand is always on that book, even if I did not write anything meaningful. So when I started writing in 2017, when I gave my life to Christ, I saw that I did not just start this thing. I started before, but it
Exactly.
never made sense to me that this thing was something
It
that made
never made
sense.
sense.
It never made
Mm-hmm.
sense. That's how even speaking
True.
also. There were times that in our parlor I'll just hold remotes and I'll be acting like a pastor when I was a
You
little
don't need
child.
to start from
So
the
I
parlor
started
because of the
remembering
remote.
everything. I'll look at the mirror, I'll be talking and everything. I started remembering everything that this thing I started it a long time ago. It's not just now. So
Yeah.
if you're out there and you're wondering what you want to do, you are stuck, just think about the things that you used to do before. In fact, start from your childhood age. The things that you just did that never made sense to you, just think about it, reflect on them, and you might just be able to pick something that you can do with your life now. Like, thank you so much, Erika, for
And
sharing that, because I think that,
funny how in
yes,
secondary school, funny how in secondary school, I had felt like very bad that I could do everything. Like I was in sciences, I was a science student, and I would be the one representing the school for debate competition, essay competitions, those kind of things. That you see me in the school choir, you see me in the drama unit, all those speaking, public speaking, and anything that would just put me on the stage. You see me there, and I was a science student, and it just made me feel like I can do everything. It was making me feel bad. Like even until I got to uni, I was feeling bad that I was feeling bad that I could do so many things. Meanwhile, instead of me see it as a blessing, so just like you do too much, you do too much. But
yeah.
thank God for university that helped me discover myself.
Yeah, thank God. That is it. University. Can you see that there are so many things that being an undergraduate can actually fetch for you? That is it. Being a secondary school graduate can actually help you, but there's a thing about being an undergraduate. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a thing about it. Like, it's as if it's an open door to many opportunities. That's why I said
It's
when I
another
was doing
world.
publicity. You said
I think it's like another world. You are meeting people in like the same
exactly,
age range with you.
exactly. So see beyond the walls of school. Like I always say, see beyond your campus, see beyond your classmates, just see beyond it. See beyond. Don't allow your eyes to be fixed on one lecturer did this, one lecturer did that, one lecturer is this way, one person is this way. See beyond that, and you're going to be amazed on the things that you begin to discover. So, having said that, let's move to the second question. It says, when you hear the word undergraduate, what drops in your mind?
Ooh, you are under a graduate. It's very simple. Undergraduate. You are under a graduate. You are receiving training from a graduate. You are receiving training from somebody that has passed that level. You are in training to
Hmm.
become a graduate and to have a BSc. That's basically it for me. Nothing much.
Okay.
It's not something like carry your shoulder too much for.
Exactly. Nothing much. All right. So thank you. The next question says that what will you say is the struggle of most undergraduates in general? What will you say is the struggle of most undergraduates out there?
Ha! There's a lot though. There's a lot. There's a lot. I feel like okay, number one, I'll say discovering yourself. Discovering
Mm-hmm.
yourself. That's like a very big problem. Balance. Trying to balance a whole lot of things. You are new to the school
Yeah.
system. You are new to the environment. So for some people that they do not school close to home, you are trying to unlearn and learn new things. Trying to
Mm-hmm.
adapt, especially when you're in 100 level, fresher, freshman, you're trying to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot. And peer pressure. If you have been trying to manage yourself at home, when you get to university, no matter how strong willed you are, once in a while like this, if you're not very, very strong willed, the peer pressure will get to you. Peer pressure now is like a whole lot for most undergraduates. And if you're not able to
Yeah.
manage it very well, then I would say finances too, because everybody now wants to make money, even if it's small, small change. You want something to be entering. Um, what else? I'll say navigating through life generally, because you're trying to discover yourself. You're trying to start up your life as a semi-adult. Navigating through life generally, finding purpose, peer pressure, balance. That's like a problem of most undergraduate students.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's true because thinking about it also, there was someone that I spoke to when I was in school because we knew him from 100 level to 100 level. He was a very cool guy. 300 level was cool, 400 level was cool. Then all of a sudden, 500 level, like 500 level, he
Just
just
boom, all of a
somebody
sudden.
else. So it was actually a question that needed to be asked because, guy, we know you. So what happened? In the
Yeah.
space of how many years? 1 year. So he said something, and he said something about peer pressure.
Yeah.
Like this set of people, he has been following them for a long time. Understand? He had been following them for a long time. They did not change. They did not have any too bad behavior. But the fact that he has been working with them for a long time, as they were changing, it was changing with them. So that was it. So as they were, he has been familiar with them since I think 200
They're
level.
already
So exactly. So as they were changing, it was changing with them. And that's where the issue comes in. When you think that this person, I've been with the person for a very long time, and you not change as they are changing, which is not supposed to be so, because you should not lose your value because you
takes
met
a
other
lot. It
people.
takes someone that is very strong willed to not change you.
Exactly. It takes
Peer
a
pressure is not
lot.
that easy. You feel like you can contain it, but at some point it's
I
a
asked
lot.
someone else
It's a
if
whole lot.
peer pressure really shook her. Like peer pressure is something that you cannot just, confess it away or pretend as if it's not there. Acknowledge that it's
It
there, and you need
doesn't.
to remind yourself of your values. What are your values? Like, what are the things you enjoy doing? What are the things that speak about you? Before you even start picking from other people, what are the things you want to know yourself? You see, Mama was saying something, Councillor Shola, and she was saying something about the fact that somebody asked her about what are her values, and she did not know what she wanted to say. Like, the fact that someone is telling you, okay, Erica, you said you have values, right? What are your values? Just mention them. She said she just went blank. Like she don't know what she wanted to say again. She knew like she was a valuable person, but she could not just start naming everything like that. So
Pinpoint it.
that's most of the
Yeah.
yes, that's most of the things that happen to us. We know that we came from a good home. Our parents taught us this and that. But then when it
Told
now
us
comes to the
we're
point of
down.
applying it, everything just run off. So that's how. So
Yeah.
if it's that you are going to do today, sit down. What are your values? Because whether you're in school yet or you're not in school, we're not even talking about those that have made mistake. There's still time to amend your wrong. There's still time to, start all over again. Even if you have made mistakes, there's still time to start all over again. So what are your values? What are the things that you know that they are good? What are the things that you have learned that are positive? Begin to do them. And you actually change some circle. You need to change some circle. You need to change some circle. Like when I was in 100 level also, there was this, sorry that I have to take your time, but there was this girl that
No
we entered school together. We entered school together, and she was the only friend I had then. But one thing I noticed was that when it's time to read, she's always sleeping. And I hate it. Once you are
Wow.
reading with me, let me sleep before you. Because once you are sleeping beside me, I will join you. That's how it is. I will join you. So I got totally fed up. Like, why? I want to read with you, but you're always sleeping. So I started reading on my own. So like what you said, if I was not strong-willed, like I did not know the reason why I came to this
Yeah.
school. If I was not still on, there were times that she was sleeping, I was sleeping. She would say, let us leave the class diary, and I will follow her. But after some time, I remembered where I'm coming from. Then I started
So yeah.
separating myself. So when she saw that I was separating myself, she withdrew, and I was not even bothered because even me, I've been praying for you to go. So that's how it is. So you just need to know and remember always why you are an undergraduate, why you are in school, what brought you here. Even if you are studying the course you don't like, my dear, you cannot stay in a place for
As
five
far as
years
you're
and just
studying
waste.
already.
Exactly, that's why you are
Exactly.
studying it already. Do what it takes. Do all it takes. Don't just sit down and say you just want to do it anyhow. If you do it anyhow, 5 years wasted, 4 years wasted.
We
So
said just
just
like
make use
that.
of the time and just improve. Go away from peer pressure. Like do all it takes. Do all it takes. Seek for help, counseling, run away, delete their number, everything that it takes for you to do away with peer pressure. So thank you for sharing most of the struggles of undergraduates. And I feel that that peer pressure takes the number one, like takes the number one. Now the next one, which I feel that you might want to buttress more, and that's why I'm trying to rush the other ones, is that tell us how it was for you as an undergraduate. Now your challenges, the lesson you learned, and your victories, how you went through. So the floor is for you.
Wow. What? It's a whole lot actually. Oh. See from 100 level, 200, 300. Even now, sef, the sugar I'm sitting in this. school, even after graduation. Where I want to start from? My journey in school. I used to say that my life is like a story. My life is like a journey. Mm. So getting into school, like I mentioned earlier, I was confused. I knew that the course I was studying, it did not gel. It was not what I was going to do later in life. Like somehow, I just knew. I think I realized this when I was in SS2, and I felt like it was too late. I felt it was late. I felt like I would struggle. And then my parents were pushing that I would transfer to medicine. I was studying anatomy. I got admission to study anatomy. My parents were really pushing that after 100 level, I'll transfer to medicine. So I was working on it. So 100 level, I didn't even have time for any side. My own was just make sure you get good results and make sure your transfer to medicine was on point. But deep down, I knew that that was not what I wanted. I knew that I was not called out for that kind of life. I had already understood what purpose discovery meant at that point. And I knew that with the other things I want to do, I might not be able to fit in medicine with it. So somehow, long story short, the transfer did not work as God will have. So let's say as God will have it, because if I was studying medicine, I don't know how my life would have been like right now. Because I'll still be a student. I would have not even graduated by now. So 100 level, I was chilling, I was flexing, I was not thinking about life. They were sending me money, I was a baller, go to the latest eatery, eat. I was just living life. Like basically, what let me cast myself. I think 100 level second semester, I didn't attend class once, and my result was better than my 100 level first semester. Like my life was just, I was trying to just fit in, like trying to understand what the school is about. And I was a church person. So if you don't see me at home, you basically see me in church, or you will see me where I went to get food. My life was just like that. I didn't have any social life, any extra. I was just there. Then 200 level transfer did not work out. And that's when I knew that, hey, you really need to be serious with your life. This is not what you came to school to do. You need to be, because by the time I saw my 100 level result was not bad though, but when the expectation on you is very high at home, and I'm seeing my results, like, no, sister and the Lord, this is not it. This is not it. And I did not want to have any carryover. Like that was like my plan. Although I didn't have any carryover from 100 level to final year. Yeah, my results will be good. It's good. Let's not even go there. 200 level, COVID happened. I think COVID was what just removed the skills from my eyes that I was literally playing with my life in 100 level. Lockdown happened, everybody was inside. I went back home. I think I started my podcast then. I started my podcast in May. That was during the lockdown because I was bored at home. I was just bored. I needed my own platform. Since you like talking, I've seen Cancelo Esther doing podcasts. I'm like, how do you do this thing? Let me just have my own space to talk. And that was how I started though. Lockdown, I started talking. I did not really have, I knew I was going to do business by the side, but I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what kind of business I would do, what kind of business to match my personality. But COVID, because I still like sat down and I had to have a talk with myself. I had to reach out to mentors, and I just started discovering a whole lot about myself. So during COVID, I met Tomke Adire on Instagram, and meeting Tomke Adire was like another eye opener for me because I had watched an interview where she said she studied microbiology. She had shared how she started media from school. She would go for class in microbiology. She auditioned to work in school radio station. And there was a whole lot she was able to do. And I'm like, I'm just wasting away. Like Tumke has shown me that you could do both media and a medical course together.
Yeah.
Like it was an eye opener. So I'm like, no, you have to start this in school. So I was just looking for platform. I can remember that I even got scammed at some point because I was looking for a radio station close to my school to intern. I was just ready to volunteer. I was ready to push my media career. I was ready to do both of them side by side. Like I was reaching out. Is there any radio station in my school? They said there was one before. Okay, let's revive it. Let's bring it back. I started my podcast. I started my business, and I think that was just it for me in 200 level. I just realized that okay, you could do both things together. And from there, I started discovering myself. I was committed to church. There's no way I would share my story and I'll not mention Castle. Castle, the unit I served, first unit. I just joined first unit. I met people that were also talking. Like they love talking like me. I connected with them, joined the unit. After like how many months, they made me a leader in the unit. I knew that there was work to be done. I had to improve on myself. I was always looking forward to doing new things that would help me grow. Like that was just it for me. Then another strike happened. You know, Nigerian universities. If you are going to private school, you don't know what God has done for you. Nigerian federal and state universities and strike. So every strike opportunity, I'll just look for one media opportunity to just make sure I took my head inside. So that since I'm not doing the anatomy now, I'm not wasting away. My media side is not suffering. I was able to intern in a radio station during one strike. And I remember when I was looking for space to intern in a radio station, everybody was like, anatomy, what are you looking for here? What are you looking for here? There's one radio station I went, and the woman told me that she said it's easier for a medical student or another student not studying mass communication and all to get into media. But it's not easy for a mass communication student to get into sciences. So I should see myself as somebody that has plan A, plan B. Like I'm passionate about media and I have my science course there. I have my anatomy. I'm supposed to be grateful, not seeing it as something bad. If I'm able to balance it, she sat me down, she talked to me. If I'm able to balance it, that I don't know the kind of goals that I have. And that was how, with every opportunity, I would reach out. When I see events in school, I would reach out. I remember the first event I did. I just reached out. I saw the flyer, red carpet by so so. I reached out. If people have a red carpet host, I could do this, I can do that. I've done this before. That was when I realized that those things I was doing before I entered school, the experience, I had pictures to show. I was just doing it for fun, but I had evidence here, evidence there. And I showed them I could do this, I could do that. And they said, okay, let's give that a try. Let's, and that was it. And after doing the event, they paid me 5K. I'm like, after there's money. So there's money in this thing like this. Hey, we die here. We die here. Like that was how I continued. There were lots of challenges though. Sometimes like this, when it's close to exam and you realize that you've not covered the whole lot, my head will just be scattering. Like, where do I want to start from? Where do I want to? I just think, God, we have a covenant. There's no carryover in this school. I'm not getting any carryover. And you will see Holy Spirit helping me, telling me, read this, do this one, do that one, do this one. And I'll go to the exam and I'll ace it. Balancing my time. When I became an ESCO in fellowship, at some point it was very, very difficult because I don't even know how to explain it. It was really challenging at some point. But one thing I knew was that it helped me to grow. Like I kept on pushing myself. I'm like I cannot be a leader in this unit and I don't know this, I don't know that. I would want to learn it. I'd go for outside training. So I felt like school gave me the opportunity to grow. I was talking with my mom recently and my mom told me something. She said, you are not the baby girl that left my house in 100 level, you're not the baby girl. You've grown. Like people would see growth, even if it's not the whole whatever. People would see growth. The challenges I had a lot of financial challenges because the money that I'm supposed to use to do some kind of plenty things, I'm using it to develop myself. I'm paying for this training, paying for that training, paying for that one because my father is anatomy sent to study. The media was just on my head. So I'm literally training myself in media by myself for myself. What else? What else? I think my challenges, my triumphs. Which one have I not taught? Lessons, lessons I learned from school. It's a whole lot. So I'm actually working on a series on my YouTube channel to talk about my final year journey. Lessons I learned from final year, lessons I learned from school. But there's one thing, like one particular thing I would always hold on to. University is an entire world on its own. Don't just pass through school.
Yeah,
Don't just pass through
that
school.
is it.
Allow school to pass through you. Take advantage of every opportunity, like every single opportunity. Take advantage of it. Okay, quick one. When I was in 200 level, I just resumed 200 level, and we're still working on my transfer as at that point in time. A church member had reached out to me because of the kind of things I do. I've done a an outreach for Paddy Girl. Like I already had a community, and he had reached out to me that um he was looking for someone to be his vice. I can't remember the position for Edo State, South South, National, something conference, blah 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 blah. And being the little girl that I am now, I called my dad, I called my mom. What do people think? Should I? It's politics. Like I would have to travel to Benin. There are times where I'd have to meet other executives from different schools. And my dad was like, no, 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 no. I sent you to school. You gotta read your book. You're working on your transfer. You're doing this. You're doing that. And I just told the person, no, I'm not interested. Looking at it now, if I had taken that opportunity, I would have connected, like I would have started networking,
Yeah,
I started discovering myself earlier. I would say
yeah,
if I had known what I know now, I feel like as I entered school in 100 level, I'd have just started this whole, if I had known I was going to do hosting, I was going to be
like,
a media personality, I was going to be a
yeah,
public speaker, I would have started from 100 level. I felt like I discovered everything late. So I think it was 300
exactly.
levels if I started teaching out, like 300 final year. And even at that, God has still been faithful. I remember when I won Podcaster of the Year award for Student Icon, 8 universities in the South South region. This was for me. It was a very big motivation because podcasting was something that I didn't even know what it was. Like it's not now that people are making money from podcasts. I was literally just sitting there in my room or sitting down on the floor and talking, and people will be saying that they are making money from podcasts. Me, I didn't really know what it was. So I think it's just 300 levels that has helped me
Okay, so I think there's network issues. Can we just give few minutes for her to join? Um, okay, so while we're at it, I don't know if you remembered when she mentioned something about she feels like she felt like she started late, like she discovered media stuff late. I also thought about it also one time when I started this public speaking stuff. I felt like I started late for real. I felt like I started late. There was a time I thought about the fact that, oh, what if I started in school? Like I would have networked properly. People would have known me. They might even be calling me for events now in school, stuff like that. But then I told myself that there's no need for me to beat myself for what has happened, right? So if you're in these shoes thinking that, oh, you joined late, oh, I wish, stop wishing. Yes, that feeling is normal. Like it is normal. But stop wishing. Start now. That is it. Just start now. Start now. Even Titi Pasta, when I started in school, I started in final year. If I not final year, I had finished already. I think I was in, was it not second semester or towards ending of second semester, towards exam period or after exam period. So I had finished. So then I felt, "Ah, why did I not start in 200 level? Oh, I would have had so many customers. Why did I start now?" But then I thought to myself, okay, I was not even doing business when I was in school. But then the work in school was choking. So that was what I used to relieve myself, like to make myself feel better. But then if you have opportunity to start in school, please start. If you have an opportunity to start whatsoever thing, you want to do something and you're an undergraduate, please, I beg you, start now. Start now. Don't wait for anything. Yes, plan, plan and do what you want to do, prepare, but do not stay without doing that idea. Look at what Joseph said yesterday. He said something about the fact that he started with graphics design. Then he felt like graphics design was not connecting anymore. Then he went to journaling, creating journal. No, he went to data, selling data online. And he saw that he wasn't feeling the business anymore. He went to, creating journals. So that is it. So start. You might not feel like doing it anymore. You can stop it, pick something else. But do not stay without doing something. There is always something for you to discover about yourself in being an undergraduate. See beyond the walls of school. There is always something to discover about yourself, even as an undergraduate. I tell you, and this is possible because you are going to encounter other people, you are going to mingle with other people, you are going to network with other people, you are going to see other things, you are going to experience other things, you're going to hear other things. So through that, it might be a door opener for you. It might be an eye opener for you. It might be opportunities for you. Don't shut your eyes out and just focus on your academics. Yes, that's your primary assignment. But don't just come out of uni with only certificate. Don't come out of it. Joseph also said something yesterday about the fact that he could have come out of uni with ordinary first class and that's it. But now thinking about it, if he's going to go back to uni again, that it will go back not even for the degree, but because of the people in it. Because of the people in it. There's so many people that I know right now that they are still in school, not as a student, but they are doing business because get some solutions, some facts as an undergraduate, it might not be the same way you will get it as a graduate. That is it. So now that you're an undergraduate, now that you are still in school, now that you still have people around you, you still have over 500 people as your classmates. You still have over 200 people as your classmate. Do that thing now. Do that thing now. Don't waste time. I tell you. I'm not even telling you. I'm not even telling you. I am begging. I am begging you because if you know what is in this my mind, that I should have started, I should have started, I should have been serious. What am I? But then, it has happened. We move. And am I doing what I was supposed to do? Yes, I am. And someone spoke something to me sometimes back. The person told me about redeeming the time and everything. But now you are in that time. You might not necessarily need to redeem anything if you take the step now. Take that step. Do that thing that you want to do. Learn that course. Tell people about what you do. What's that thing that you love doing? Like what we said earlier, many of the things that we might eventually do in life, we have done it maybe as a child. Maybe we just joked about it or we just did it as a child. But then we have actually, operated in that way before. Just like what I'm doing now. I have actually done that before. Like as a child, I look at the mirror and be talking, doing a lot of things and everything. And look at where I am today. Although I'm still going somewhere, I have not reached my destination. All right, so our speaker is here. So let me just add her up and she'll continue from where she stopped. Hi, Erica.
I'm
You're
so
welcome.
that's what happens when you school in a village.
We understand. We understand.
When
We've
you
been
come
there.
to Lagos and that's school inside bush. This is what happens. So sorry
Okay.
about that. Where was
No
I? What
problem.
was I?
Okay,
Where
we were
was I
talking about the lessons that you learned, and you mentioned something about when they wanted to put you into politics, but you called your parents and they said no. Then you were not able to go for that opportunity. And I think the other thing that you said was if you had started earlier, that you might have networked properly with people and do other stuff. So I think you were still talking when it went off.
I think that particular experience taught
Okay.
me how to seize every opportunity. And because I had seen what they were doing, and I'm like, this is something that I can do. I would have done.
We can't hear you. Okay, so I think she's trying to set up something. Okay. You're still muted. Yeah, unmute yourself. Okay. I think she's trying to set up her camera, so please bear with us, guys. You are muted, Erica. See what the Lord has done. See what the Lord has done. What we've waited for has come to pass. See what the Lord has done. Da, 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 da. See what? Okay, so I think she's trying to set up something. So we'll just have to wait for her. So like what I was saying earlier, I'm saying that for me, this is not my destination. Actually, I know that I'm still going somewhere, and I'm definitely going to get there. So as an undergraduate right now, you're in school, so don't feel bad about anything that you might have done wrong or things that you felt you should have started from your 100 level, and maybe you're now in your final year and you feel like, oh, that's over. It's not over. Oh. It's not over at all because even starting as an undergraduate does not mean that you are eventually going to do everything or get all your customers or get all the networks that you need in school. It's just a startup. So if you've been unable to do that, start now. That is it. We still have like over a month before this year run to an end. So start now. You are still in school, start now. That is it. Don't wait for anything. Prepare, fine, but don't wait for anything. So now she's back. Let me add her again. So how is it now?
Yeah, yeah. I think you can
Okay,
hear
it's
me right now, right?
okay, yeah, yeah, it's better.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for the breaking transmission. I'm so sorry. So I said, that experience taught me a whole lot to seize every opportunity. Like
Hmm.
I learned a lot of lessons. I think I'm stronger. Like the things I was able to endure. If I was in my father's house, where I was being
Yeah.
pampered, I would get everything I need. I was not thinking of what to eat. I was not thinking of choice of friends. I was not thinking of exams. Like even primary school and secondary school exams, it's not like there's always somebody to ginger you to read at home. You will not be your house, your father's house that they are paying school fees for you and you will not read. But university, it's your choice. If you like decide to go to class, nobody knows. When your parents call you, you tell them you went to class. They will not know. They are not watching you. There's nobody you are reporting to. So it makes you know that adulthood starts from university. The ability to make certain decisions. I realized that I was a very strong-willed person in uni. Because there are some certain things that I was just like, you did not just you did not shake body on this. You did, your no was your no, your yes was your yes. I realized I was a very strong-willed person. I learned so many things. Like I learned so many skills I would not even like from writing. I started freelance. Sorry, I started freelance just because I'd met people in my fellowship that makes money from freelance writing. I never knew freelance writing was a thing. I started writing YouTube scripts, writing a whole lot of things, doing business, learning how business works. I thought business is you just sell something, buy something, you sell it. I did not know that there was a whole lot to it. I grew in university. Another important point to know, relationship. University is like there are people that I feel like if I had not come to this school, if I had not come to AU, come to uni, I would have not been.
You're muted.
University is the best place to make quality relationship. Like
Yeah.
it is the best place because you are meeting people from different walks of life. You are meeting people that have experienced people that have not gone through a lot. You are meeting both the ajekpakos, the botties, the married people that are already in school. It's a whole new world entirely. And it's the relationships you make in university that would help you in future. Then I did this job for the person, and the person is referring you like in 2 3 years later. Network. I although I discovered network because my life was I didn't have a social life. I did not have a social life. 100 level, 200 level. I did not have a social life. My classmates did not know me. But I think 300 level when I started being serious about my social life, about network, ah, helped me a whole lot. So that's basically it. I've grown, I've learned so many life lessons, I've met amazing individuals. It was a pleasure within the 4 walls of the university.
Wow, that's good. You've learned a lot, and you become those things that you've learned. Like talking from the fact that
Yeah.
you learned about business, and I would say that you really saw beyond the walls of school, right? You really
Yeah.
saw beyond the walls of school. Because even based on the way you were talking, you didn't really talk about any class stress, any practicals like that. So
Ha.
it's as if they didn't really get to you, or you just don't want to talk
It
about
got to
it.
me, oh. Hey, Jesus Christ. I don't want to start crying. I studied human anatomy and we work with corpse. What was the anatomical name for it? Sef? We work with dead bodies. Let me say it so that everybody would always go to the lab. There was always practical. But I don't even know. God just some. I remember doing my IT. I did my IT in final year. I'd always say my final year was a different, like it was a different journey entirely. It was a different story, like compared to 100 level, 200, 300. It's a final year. I did my IT in first semester and I was working in two different hospitals. I was working in the mortuary in one and I was working in the delivery section in one. So it was a whole I didn't even have time to think about media at that point in my life. What are you mediaing? What media are you mediaing? When
Dead
you're
body.
seeing a whole lot. You're seeing people, you're working the theater. It's just basically like what doctors do. And so the whole lot for my mental health. For somebody that just likes to talk, go out, dress glam, grace the red carpet, and you're making me see blood. You're making me see where they are cutting people up and down. School was, I think I experienced every side of school. My final year, I made sure that I told myself I was going to um, focus more on my social life. And when I started the IT, there was no even time for social life again.
I told myself, you see this final year, oh God, there's no dinner I'll not attend. There's no this one I'll not attend. For year, I did not do one thing. I think it was my second semester that I started like coming out of my shell because the whole IT experience had already messed my mental health. It had already dealt with me a whole lot. For second semester, when I started getting red carpet jobs, like in I'm a collegian. College is different from campus. In college, we have like four medical departments. When I saw that I was the one that hosted all the red carpets for all the departments in college, the dinner party. When they reached out to me, physiology, anatomy, nursing, and one other department in campus like that, I noticed that I hosted all the red carpets in college, and I'm like, yo, you've been able to establish the fact that you do this. Like you've been able to let it sit in the minds of your colleagues that you do this. Like they would see me later in life and say, ah, this Erica, she's so straight carpet in school. She used to do this in school. Like I'd already made it clear that this was another path that I was going to follow. So final year was so sweet for me. It was sweet and it was a whole new discovery.
Amazing, amazing. So you can see
Yeah.
that there are so many things that you can discover even as an undergraduate. And Joseph talked about something about risks yesterday. He said there were times that he would have to skip class because he was going to, be one of the maybe one of the I forgot coordinators of a particular
Yeah.
business event. So you have to skip
There were
class, and
times
it was
like that
giving
now.
exactly. He was giving me a
Especially
description like
fellowship. There were
you have to
things
take
that
risks.
I'll slide class for my fellowship. And
Mm-hmm.
he helped me. He helped me, I won't even lie.
That is it. So there are times that we are not saying that you should skip classes always, but there are times that you still have to make some decisions that is just pertaining to your life and your future. So when that time comes, make sure that you sit down and
Yes.
look at the ones that you can really prioritize now. Yes, the both are important. Your academics is important, and what you want to do is also important. But then, in that moment, which one, Gongo, do you know that it's going to yield for you a good result later on? Then take the risks. That's the thing. Take risks. As most undergraduate, I feel that we like comfort. Like we would like to be
Mm-hmm.
pampered. Like let it just go smoothly. Like
Yes.
don't stress me. I'm already going through trauma, school trauma already. Don't stress me with any responsibility. I don't want to hear anything. There are people that will not come to fellowship because they had class Monday to Friday.
Monday to
There are people
Friday,
that will
true.
not come to fellowship. So is it those kind of people that you tell them about what personal thing that you want to do? They'll tell you after when I
And this
graduate, I'll be learning those
when I
things.
graduate,
So now
true.
let me just focus on my book.
My book.
So that is it. So most of us we are not really, or most of undergrads are not really to take risks. Like they're not really to do any extra thing
Anything.
because school is already
True.
stressing them. Because
Yes.
school is already stressing them. Some even fellowship is
It's
already
already a
looking like
whole
a
lot.
stress.
It's choking them.
So, so anything outside school and maybe fellowship, they don't want to hear it at all because, and it's not supposed to be so. Whatever thing that you want to start, that you want to do, there's no need for you to wait till you become an undergraduate. Start now, business, whatsoever thing. At least let people even know what you do. Let people know what you do. Even Joseph was telling me something about the fact that he was doing photography in school, but he stopped. Then later on, he said on Twitter that someone posted a picture and he now shared his own picture that he took with his own phone. And people were telling him that, oh, so you're a
Yeah.
photographer, why are you not the photography? Like people were really applauding him. Look at that kind of a thing. And there are other people that will come out and testify that Joseph is doing it because we've seen him do it on campus. So that's how it is. So whatever thing you
Yes.
want to start on campus. There were people that they were
Start
doing
on camp.
photocopy.
Yeah, start on campus.
There were people that they were doing printouts. There were people that they were doing one thing or the other. There is definitely something that you can do. Just check yourself
Yes,
and
true.
plan your things out. Plan your life out.
Yeah.
Make sure that take steps now. That's it for me. Just hearing from Erica now, you see that the course that you did, I'm not saying that other courses are difficult or they are simple, right? But you know that there are some courses that you still put above your own course. Let's be fair with
Yeah.
ourselves.
True.
And you say that this one, it be like say you worst part my home, just like your own. That is it.
Yeah.
You can hardly see a medicine student telling you that I'm doing a part-time job.
Yes.
Like
I
even if
know
you see
medicine
them,
students that host events. Like I know them in
that is
my
it.
school, and I'm like, how do you
Exactly.
do this? Ordinary
That is the
small
point.
anatomy, I am choking. How?
But to some other people,
I
you
feel
hear them
like
saying
if you are able
medicine.
to do all these things together in school,
Hmm.
the outside world, you'll be able to run two, three jobs. It's not be hard.
That is it.
It's not be
That is the point.
difficult because you are used to it in school already.
Mhm.
It's not be difficult at all.
That is it. So look beyond what you are doing presently, and
Exactly.
go out there and do other things that you want to do. Go out there and explore. Go out there and do what you really want to do. Leave school alone. First, remove your mind from what you are doing in school presently and
One of my
think
course
outside
mates
the
that
school.
said something. He had said, school is this plan B. And I'm like, wow,
That is it.
we'd have had school as our plan A, B, C,
Plan
D
A.
before. Imagine I had not discovered myself in school. That's how I would have just
Imagine.
graduated and be looking like what I don't know. My plan A, B,
Exactly.
C,
Because
D.
Abio, because even when I finished school, for like the
Yeah.
next 6 months of when I finished school, that was when I started podcast. That was when I started
Wow.
writing. No, I started writing when I was in school. So that was what I was basically doing. So I was not idle. I post on social media, people were engaged, and do live sections, talk, all those kind of things. So I was not idle. Now, and I thought about the fact that what if I didn't have anything personal that I was doing? It would have not been easy because I wasn't working. I'll just be checking internet
Yeah.
247 for the next 6 months, watching movie for the next 6 months. Maybe I'll even now go and learn
Watching
work.
movie and getting fat. God,
Exactly.
that's not the life we're called to
Exactly.
live. Oh.
That is the point. So discover yourself now that you're an undergraduate. Discover yourself. There is something you can do. You cannot tell me that you've checked all around. You've not checked. Sit down and discover yourself. What is that thing you can do? Is there a club in your school that you feel that you can fit in that club? Go there. I'm not talking about club that they used to do party. I'm talking about all these club societies, like all
Yeah.
these, I don't know, like press club,
JCI,
um,
there's JCI.
exactly, all those kind of
There's just look
clubs.
for communities in your school you can volunteer with. I was even surprised
Yeah.
that we didn't have JCI in my school. There's JCI, there's
Mm.
TEDx, there are so many
Yes,
communities. Just
TEDx.
if your
Mm-hmm.
school now has like, okay, for example, that want to go into media and their school has a radio station, don't wait. Go and intern,
Unilag
go and
has one.
volunteer. Don't be waiting till
Yeah.
you blow and you fall from heaven. You have to start getting the
Hmm.
experience now.
Exactly. Go out. If there's something you want to do, go for it. Go for it immediately. Don't wait till you finish. Even if you want to learn a skill or you want to learn a what's the word? All this professional
Handwork.
skill, or if it's baking, tailor, anything. Don't wait till you finish school. I tell you, when you finish school, you will not have time for those things. Oh. Like
True.
even if you start
Because
learning
they're already
work, do you know
expecting
something
a
about
lot from you when you finish school.
exactly?
They're already
So
expecting a
everything
lot.
about you is make money,
True.
start
Make
building.
money.
So even if you are learning work, your mind will not be settled because nothing is
Settle,
coming in for
exactly.
you. That's how it is. So now that something is still coming in for you, start doing the work.
Start doing
Start
the work.
sowing into your future. Even if you
Yes.
have 1 year left, even if you have a month left, start now. Start planning now. So that's how it is.
Eh.
Thank you so much, Erica. Like I believe that anyone watching this video with your story, they will be able to think with their own life, like even relate their own life with yours, or pick one or two things that they can actually apply in their own life. And it's really, really amazing. That's the purpose of this particular platform, to hear different stories, different ideas, different knowledge that we can actually apply in our own lives. Yeah, and the,
Exactly.
the next question, I feel that you've talked about it already. So if you
Okay.
just have anything else to add, the next question says that what are the things you discovered about yourself, even as an undergraduate? You've mentioned something like that already. Or do you want to add anything?
Nothing really. I just discovered that I could be a media personality. I could multitask. I could write. I wrote my first book in 200 level. I published my first book in 200 level. I just discovered that there were so many sides to me. Like there was nothing I would put my mind to do that I will not do. There were so many things I learned. Really,
Yeah.
what else did I discover about myself? Ah, I discovered that age is just a number, if that
That is
counts.
it.
But that was
That
something
is
I
it.
discovered, that age is just a number. You could
Hmm.
start doing big things without even looking at your
Big
age.
things. Big
Yeah,
things. I tell you,
just
big things. Hmm.
really big things. Because I would always box myself. Then I'm too young. They not be looking at me like you are doing too much. What's your problem? But when
Hmm.
you are in a space where everybody is, you are looking at this young person. This person is getting it, young and getting it. You are looking there, young and getting it. Ha! You
Yeah.
have to sit up and tell yourself that, girl,
Sit
you're
up.
not. You to buckle up. So that's it basically.
Yeah, thank you so much. Even if you are older, there's nothing too outdated for you to do.
You
That
to
is it. There's
learn.
nothing to,
True.
exactly. Unless if that particular position is saying strictly by this age. I even have someone that said something that there was a particular description that they wrote, you if you have this, you're like the eligibility stuff that is
Yeah, yeah.
requirements. She saw everything there. And I think she said maybe the age was below her age, or maybe the certificate, she didn't have it. She said she applied though. She applied, and she said
Yeah.
they called her. I think she said they called her for the interview. Like they want to like, auntie, you do not see the requirement. Like for you to have applied, you do not you do not see what we wrote in the
You did not
requirement. And I
see.
think that through that,
Imagine.
maybe they were able to give her a job or something. I can't really remember the whole story, but I remember the story that she applied.
She
Even
applied.
even with everything that they wrote in their bio and everything, she still applied that way. To think about it.
That's the
And
thing
I
we are
think I
talking
started
about,
doing it.
taking up taking advantage of every opportunity.
That is
That's what we're
it.
saying.
Anything can just
True.
click. Don't say that the age has passed. Put your CV there. Apply.
Yes.
Tell them about it. Even if you went there and they say, oh, they don't want your age, still, show them what you can do. Okay, you do this and do. Even if they're saying they don't want your age, still
Yeah.
show it. One way or the other, it will register in their mind what you do. And they might eventually call you. That is how they might eventually call you for it. So don't just sit back and
And
be
another thing
relaxed.
is, another thing is, university gives you that platform to prepare. So that when you go
Yeah.
outside school, opportunities does not meet you unprepared.
Yes.
Opportunities will not meet you. You already have evidence, like I'm doing this, I'm doing this. You have
Mm,
lots
mm,
of evidence. So when the opportunity is coming, you are not just totally blank. That's if
mm.
you start, like that's how you see requirements. A 22, 23-year-old graduate, working experience, 5 years, 6 years working experience. Where do you want me to get the experience? How many
Don't
years
mind
did I
them. It's
spend
so
in school that I
ridiculous.
want to get that experience?
Don't mind them.
So I feel like you need to
I
start
think
growing your
any
CV. Start growing your
when I
CV from
okay,
school. Start growing your CV
yes,
from school. Don't wait till when you're in final year or when you're in 300. Start from 100 level.
don't
Start
wait,
taking advantage
don't
of every
wait,
opportunity and just grow.
don't wait. And even if like for me, when I started applying for jobs, whenever I see 3 years experience, 5 years experience, I will apply like that. Because
Abi,
guy, I just graduated. So where do you want me to see the experience?
where do
I
you
will
want me to see the
apply like that.
experience from?
And even the present
Yeah,
job I have now, I think they had something about experience and everything. Me, I just calculated with the year I just thought about doing that thing. Like even if I'm not doing it, the year that I thought about
yes,
bringing
true.
everything together and I applied for it. Like I'm not running away from experience, clinical. Anything can
Yeah,
just click. That is what we are
yeah,
saying. Start.
yeah.
If you have the opportunity, if you are an undergraduate or 100 level student watching this, start. Discover what you want to do
I
now.
know.
Discover it now. Start it. If it's business, what is that business? Start it. If it's media
Yeah,
stuff, what is that? Even if your school does not have everything that we've listed, you can start something yourself. You can start volunteering for other things that are even outside your school. So that is how it is. So make sure you take steps to
yeah.
build yourself. Yeah. So the next question that I also think that you've talked about is how were you able to maximize your time as an undergraduate?
Mm, I think I've touched this before. I understood that
Yeah.
there was time for everything. That was the first thing that clicked in my head. I understood that there was time for everything. You will not see me, exam is this week, exam is getting close, and I'm doing business.
Mm.
Which business? Business is shut down. I remember I remember one time there was this meme that was going around. The exam period, send exam encouragement fund. I will send it to everybody. And I said to my dad, and my dad was, I thought you are doing business. I said, so I should be doing the business and fail my exam. So understanding that there's time for everything, that was how I was able to maximize
Mm-hmm.
and balance my time. For example, the time I interned at a radio station for
Yeah,
2 months, I did not leave school to go and do it. There was strike. Strike opportunity presented itself, and I jumped on the
exactly.
opportunity. I did not say that no, let me leave school and travel to another state for 2 months and go and intern.
Hmm.
So understanding that there's
You're
time for
joking.
everything, understanding how to balance things,
Yeah.
understand knowing prioritizing your time, have a scale of preference. This is what I'm supposed to be doing at this time.
Mm.
This is what I'm not supposed to be doing now. Like I'm a kind of person that
Mm-hmm.
I know that night class does not work for me at all. Night class doesn't work. I can stay in my house and read in the night though. But once I just go to that night class, forget it. It's either I'm gisting or I'm eating junks or I'm looking for trouble that is not looking for me. So I knew. So most times I'll just call my friends who stay in this person's house to read, or I'll read during the day. Another thing, I had lots of PDFs on my phone. So I can be in church, we are having a meeting, we are doing, or we are just basically just there. It's nothing serious. I've turned on my phone, I'm reading something. Even if it's just one line that's entering my head, it's something. So I did not just, there was no time I was idle. Like
Yeah.
you hardly see me idle because I had already learned time management. I knew that anything anything that I put off for now, I'll still come and face it tomorrow. So it's better I do it now. It's better I do it now. That was basically how I was able to strike a balance. I had very good order of preference. I knew my priorities. I knew when it was time for media. I knew second semester was always activity packed. Like every faculty,
Yes,
every department is
that
doing
is it.
dinner,
Every fellowship.
every fellowship is doing dinner. Then my fellowship too would have like we have our old school Sunday, this one Sunday. And as the head, I'm always thinking of content, what are we presenting, who is hosting, who is anchoring, all those things. So most times I've already prepared myself even before I resume school. I know that okay, we'll do old school Sunday. Before I resume school, I'm already thinking. So that it's not like when it gets, I'm somebody that likes to plan ahead. So that it's not that when it now gets to that time, I'm now stressed. I'm now wondering, oh God, it's already okay. The old school Sunday is this Sunday. This is that as an example. What do I start doing? I don't know how to work on that pressure. All these things they should write in their CV.
Don't mind them.
Ability to work on that pressure. I cannot do it. I can
I
try,
removed
but
it.
you just see it on my face. I don't know how to work on that pressure. Don't pressure me. But if let's say it's like a snap of the moment and it's something that I can do, hey, I'll do. I would always plan myself ahead though to just avoid stories that touches the heart. I beg, I beg, I beg.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
You want to say something?
No, 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 no. I'm done.
Okay. So I'll say the main point that she said is prioritizing what you want to do. Prioritizing
Yeah.
the
Knowing
important
there's
things
time
from
for
the ones that are
everything.
very important. Knowing that there's time
Yeah.
for everything. That's how it is. So if you are going to take anything, if you want to maximize your time, because time is going. We don't know that time
Mm-hmm.
is going, but time is going.
That is going on.
So plan your day out. There are times that I use Google Tax on my phone.
Yeah.
I use Google Tax because before you know, 24 hours are finished. I did not do anything.
Exactly.
Not that you're joking,
No
no. I
chichi.
don't know maybe you were sleeping or you were joking, but you not just do the main thing, the important thing you're supposed to do. So I started using Google Tax.
Yeah.
So even if I forget, when I open Google Tax, I will see it with my eyes,
Help
what
you
I'm
remember.
supposed to. So that's how it is. So you can also use Google Tax. There are so many tax stuffs that you can use on Play Store. Download it, put in things you're supposed to do. Even when you are just lying down and you feel like, let me just lie down, go and check that tax. You don't remember, but that tax will remind you. So prioritize your time, know the important things that you want to do, and that will actually help you as an undergraduate because there are so many noises when we are when we be an undergraduate or as an undergrad, there's so many noises. Someone can just come to your house and say, I want to come and gist with you, I want to come and shake. But when you know you have something to do, just tell the person, ah, please, I was doing this or I'm about to do this. Exactly.
I'll
The
see.
person will excuse, the person will just stay quiet till you are done. So that is it. But when you don't have anything planned out, you just gist for the whole 24 hours. And
Yeah.
that's how it is. So thank you so much. You had an
You're
amazing time.
welcome.
The last question is advices for high school graduates, secondary school graduates, undergraduates, and graduates. What's your advice for them?
Whew. Maximize your time in uni. Don't don't just come to uni and waste away. Maximize your time. You are just in uni for a space of how many years? 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, seven, for 8, 9. As I did those courses that used to spend 9, 10 years, they know themselves. But you see those that years that you're in uni, maximize it. If there's anything you see yourself doing later in life, start it in uni. Make sure you
Mm,
have an audience in uni. Make sure people already know that you are doing it in uni. Like, I can't even emphasize that point enough. You just have to maximize your time in university. Make good use of it. Don't put, if it's your social life, make good use of it. Don't leave uni and start regretting, I should have done this. If you're hearing this,
yeah,
I feel like you are very lucky. If I had seen someone
very,
to
very.
maybe talk to me or tell me certain things, I would say I would have gone far, but at least we thank God for everything.
Thank God. Thank God.
Maximize it, to the left, to the right, any opportunity. Just make sure you enjoy your time in uni. Live in the moment, live in the future, live everything. Don't leave university and be regretting, why did I not do this, why did I not do that, why did I not do. But even if you regret, there's still always a second chance to pick yourself. But if you're still in university, you're an undergraduate, you're about to enter university, you have not written jam, you are very lucky seeing this. Maximize your time. Do not box yourself. That's number two.
Don't.
Do not box yourself. This world that we are in now, this Gen Z generation, proud Gen Z,
Mm,
the Gen Z generation that we belong to, it's not about I read banking and finance in school. Oh, it's not about I read
mm.
media and
Not
something
about
something in
that
school.
though.
You can do everything and anything. I realized in
Yes.
300 level that I can do everything and anything, and that helped me. You never see me say no, like, to good things. Erica, can you do this? Do you sell? I sell. I sell everything. I do everything. Don't box yourself, because the truth is, in university, you are still discovering yourself. I remember
Yeah.
then 100 level, 200, they'll say, Erica, you do too much. You are doing a lot. You will not even calm down. From this one, you are jumping to
Mm.
that one. I will not be feeling bad. Okay, let me just box myself a bit. Let me rest. My guy, don't answer them all. If you are listening to me, do everything. It's when you are trying
Everything.
out different things, when you are not boxing yourself. If I had if I had seen the opportunity to host, like, I remember the first time they asked me to host in church, so it was Africana Sunday, and I was to host the event. I'd been doing leader of service in church before, at home, Children's Day, and all those kind of things. But this one felt different. Like, I had a planned program, I had everything. If I had said no, I cannot do it though, hey, all people will be laughing at me. What if I crack boring joke? They do not laugh. What if I go and say and I did not do it? I would have not even known that this hosting thing, I can make money from it. I'd have not even known that hosting is a thing for me. So do not box yourself. Try out your hands on sports, try out your hands on games, try out your hands on business, try out your hands on tech, soft skills, everything. Volunteer. If you see communities that would help you, just try out your hands. In the process, you are discovering yourself. So do not box yourself. Learn a lot of things. You cannot have one source of income in this
You
generation
cannot.
again. You are on your own.
Yeah,
Hey,
your own.
you are on your own. If you're having one source of income, be versatile. If they had told me that I would learn anything real estate, I would do anything that involves real estate, I'll say it's a lie. Because what am I using? What do I even know is real estate when I was entering school? But now, I'm not like doing it very well. But by the time I'm ready to like delve into it fully, if say Erica has come again, but I don't care. It's my money that I'm making and its impact I'm making. Then the third one, make good connections, have good relationship with people. The importance of relationship in university cannot be overemphasized. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Don't box yourself with just only one two friends. I don't like girls. Girls are wicked people. They'll break my heart. Female friendship, nah 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 nah. It's not a thing for me. I
Yes, na
cannot.
scam.
Relate with everybody. You don't know where your next big contract is coming from. You don't know where the next appointment is coming from. You don't know who is going to mention your name in that room full of opportunities. You don't know. I'm not saying you should bring everybody close, make everybody your friend, now and get heartache and the rest. But make sure you are networking. Know the SUG president of your school if possible. Know a lot of people. Let them just know you. Sell yourself. University is a very big platform to sell yourself. So make good connections, relationship, make good network. That's 3 points. Then bonus tip. That's the last thing I would say. Learn how to save. Learn how to save for life after school. If somebody had told me this one, eh, someone had told me when I was in my 100 level, maybe by now I'd have bought my private jet. Just joke. I used to advise 100 level students coming in. By the time you're in 100 level, just open one savings app, savings bank. Even if it's 100 naira every day you are putting in there, by the time you get to final year, you'd be shocked at how much you've been able to gather. Just make up your mind that you are particularly saving for final year and life after school. I didn't know this. Like, when I saw some of my classmates and friends that did this, final year was not hard for them. Pay for this, they brought
Hmm.
out the money. I'm like, where are people seeing this money? Where are you seeing all the same? Where are you seeing this money? And someone told me that that was what she did. I'm like, how did you not think of it, this girl? Like, she said she was saving, was it not 200 naira every day since 100 level? She was saving 200 naira every day. So just imagine, from 100 level, and strike happened. We spent 5 years in school for a 4 years course. So just
Hmm.
calculate 200 times 365 in 5 years. It was able to help her for her final year. If the money even remained, she would use it to start her life after school. Because by the time you graduate from school, nobody sends you again, no. Hmm. All these small, if you have good family like my own, they'll remember you. But there are some people that even train themselves through school. So is it now when you graduate that somebody wants to remember you and be sending you this thing? So
Abi
save.
o. Stop
Save for
people
final
give away
year.
up and down.
Like, save for final year.
Graduates do
Save
that a
for
lot.
Save for life after school is very
Yeah,
important. I didn't know this. I did not know this at all. I used to save. Oh,
did
I'm very
not.
good at saving. But my saving is always, I want to buy this thing. I want to do this one. I want to yeah.
Exactly.
That's the kind of saving I can save. I was not thinking of my life if I am, my life after school. I did not think of that one. I want to get this particular, okay, I want to invest in this. I'll now start saving. I'll be disciplined. If I had known, I'd have been very, very disciplined to save towards my final year and my life after school. And so I've been
Yeah.
lit. So I think I've dropped a lot of bullet points. That's my advice to you. And God will help you and see you through. In
Amen.
Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Ooh, you deserve a round of applause. Actually, you deserve one because you've
Yeah.
shared with
Thank
the
you.
fact that you have been a fresh graduate. Like it's as if we are just
Yeah.
getting something raw
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
That's how it
Yeah.
has been ever since we started talking. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
sparing us your time,
You're welcome.
your your story, even if we know it's not the whole story, but at least it's something
Yeah.
that we can learn from.
Learn
And
from.
I know for a fact that anyone that is watching this is definitely going to, get solutions because these are relatable stuffs that we go through,
Yeah.
and there are many people that are actually still stuck. But this particular
Yeah.
platform will give them the answer that they need. So I'm really happy
True.
for them actually, because hearing from what
I'm
you
happy for
said,
them. They
it's
don't
when they have
know.
this. That's
They
they
don't know
don't know the
really.
kind of access they have, privilege. Because
Yes,
thinking about
true.
it, if we had the same
This
privilege, it might
same
not be this
orientation
way.
before entering school. Ah, for
Exactly.
don't blow since. Tete.
Ah, they don't know me. But we
But it's
thank God
all
for where
good.
we
We
have
thank God we are the
investment.
ones showing the light now. Wonderful work you are
Mm-hmm.
doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
You're
you so much,
welcome.
Erica. God bless
Thank you,
you.
Tommy.
God will take you to greater
Amen.
heights in Jesus' name. That thing we are trusting God
Amen.
for is going to answer your prayers in Jesus' name. The many things
Amen.
you have to do right now is going to go easy for you. There will not be struggles for you in Jesus'
Amen.
name. Everything will go with ease for
Amen.
you in the name of Jesus. Thank you. Thank you so, so much.
Amen.
I'm so happy we
Thank you for
eventually
having
yes.
me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
me.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
have a lovely time.
And you too. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so we are done. We are done. That was really amazing. That was amazing. Like, please let me know in the comment section what you learned, what you are going to do from now, what stood out for you. Please let me just hear everything, because thinking about it now, that was a whole lot, a whole lot of solutions, a whole lot of tips, a whole lot of knowledge, ideas, insights that will help you as an undergraduate, even you that you are here to gain admission into the university. And I'm so, so happy for you, because this is going to really help you on your journey as an undergraduate and even as a graduate. Because as she was talking, I was actually doing some things underneath. Right? I was doing some things underneath too, because I know for a fact that this is not just a platform for one particular set of people, it is for different people. Different people, undergraduates, you're not an undergraduate, you've not gone to school, you will definitely get something from every stories that are shared here. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for trusting us. Thank you so much for for taking our time to celebrate our speakers. We are so, so glad to have you, and we look forward to the next speaking engagement, which is next week Friday by 8:30 p.m. I'm going to be having another speaker share a story to us, and we are going to get something else from that story. If you notice from Joseph's story, there is a kind of difference. Let me say there's kind of difference with Erica's story, but then they are still relatable, right? They are still kind of relating to each other, but they are different experiences. And I know for a fact that every experience that will be shared here, you'll be able to pick your own from it, right? You'll be able to pick your own answers from it, your own answer to your questions from it. So stay tuned. We're going to continue next week, Friday by 8:30 p.m. Make sure that you invite your friends, people that you know are supposed to be here and they are not here yet. Make sure you invite them. Make sure you share it to so many platforms as possible. Your departmental group, faculty group, school group, aspirant group, whatever, NYC group. Just make sure you share it to as many people as possible. So that'll be all for today. My name is Catherine Tomi, like you have here. Like you have here. My name is Kechi Tomi, and I remain your host for this I am the head of Solution to You Initiative, and this is what we do. This is what we do. We help people, we assist people to become the best version of themselves. And one of the way we do this is through this particular, outreach. Should I call it outreach? Meeting, conference. Through this particular initiative that we are doing, through this particular meeting that we are doing, these are one of the ways that we reach out to people. We have so many other things coming up, and we are definitely going to do what we stand for, which is solutions, giving solutions to people in every aspect. So look forward to the next edition of this particular one. My name is Ketchen Tomi. I've said it again and again and again. I don't want to make this so long, but thank you so much, guys. See you in the next meeting. Bye.